Welkom to mijn stream. Zoals ik zei ga ik verder waar ik, in ieder geval waar ik gisteren gebleven was. Gisteren had ik een beetje een korte stream. Ja, het was ja, een beetje te warm zeg maar, dus ja, dan besloot ik mijn stream even in te korten zeg maar. Ik moet ook aan mezelf denken. Dus... Dus bij deze. Nee, niet with freedom. Deze had ik gisteren toen gedaan alleen. Aangezien dit dus zoals ik zei kort maar ga ik waarschijnlijk die en die doen. Dus maar goed. In progress. Volt. Waar is het makkelijker? Waar ben ik? Ga ik even wat ik weet niet of dit de juiste stijl is voor hem in mijn stijl. Dus dat is gewoon weer voorbij gevlogen. The share system. Beam down. Well, before I continue, let's see if my device works. Inventory getting full again, so yeah. Oh, not especially not okay. That's not full, so. Well, for this mission was still on station, so yeah. Mega. Go.
Please remember that unattended tribbles are an environmental hazard and will be confiscated by security.
Mega. Gedaan. Oké, dan ga ik. Plaatsen die. Bank, cacaobank. Is ook in de bank. Is ook in die, dus ook in de bank. Bank. Nice. starting on yes. Sorted, so I'm going to sell those at this guy. Consumptions, sell. Okay, let's go sell. I can rebate those, so it's no worries. Nice. Well, in game it's not much, but still it is nice. Profit though. Why not go to restock? Restock it. Let me see what I need first for my wood. 20 shields. Oops. Value. And 20 shields. 20. There you go, and that goes. Okay, nice. 20. 20. There you go, and there that goes. Okay, that's fine. Next. Income to take. Fill it for so that I don't need it every time. I'm there. A bit organized. I'll need that 100. That's all I need. And the shields are required. 150. to the bank again. Oh, not exchange. Account banking, let me see here. How many can dispose? Ah. 500. Yeah. There's enough deposits. Okay, next. Speak to Lieutenant Commander in Admiral's office. Okay. Let's do this.
Security, report to the transporter room.
Admiral's office.
Greetings. I'm very busy right now. Please contact me later.
In order to avoid drawing too much attention, you need to fly under the radar, so to speak. Admiral Tenay has authorized the requisition of a shuttlecraft for you. You can fulfill the requisition in the shipyard. Once you're ready, take the shuttlecraft out to the Hakona system. If you have a runabout, fighter, or other such craft available, feel free to use it, but do not approach the system in a starship. We want to avoid the notice of whoever's in the vault. A shuttle will also be able to dock with the vault and explore the interior. Any questions? What? Oh, that mythical boogeyman organization? No. This is a standard Starfleet operation at the behest of Admiral Tenay and supported by Starfleet intelligence. In case you were wondering, that means that you should observe all regulations and don't start a war. Any questions? Borg technology, Thalaron weapons like the ones used by Shenzan, cloaking mines, and heavy graviton beams? We're not entirely sure. That's why we need eyes inside. The station itself is near a micronebula and surrounded by a tachyon detection grid. Even a cloaked ship wouldn't be able to sneak in there. You should also expect automated defenses like turrets and cannons. We haven't spotted any ships in the vicinity, fortunately. Although with Romulan cloaking, anything is possible. Any questions? Very well. Remember, you must use a shuttlecraft, runabout, fighter, or similar small operations craft to undertake this mission. We need on-site intel from the interior of the vault. Starfleet will not clear you to enter the Hakona system otherwise. Good luck.
Okay, let's see what small ship I got.
Ensign Marion, you are needed in the shipyard.
Okay, yeah, so continue now. Beam me up. Okay. No, no. Okay, let's see. I have to go. Yeah. Some tipped out, but well, to be honest, I played this commission already some dozen time. No, but still, yeah. It's not always nice about static online as replayable. Value is quite high though. From playing old missions though. Also love sometimes that the developers make some changes to that mission. So yeah, sometimes you don't know even you played how it will look.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Reman ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon.
Okay, let's continue.
Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. We need to find a way past that sensor grid. Perhaps we can see if some of our stolen Tal Shiar data will be of use. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point.
Continue. Let's see, I thought I had some kind of cloak. Does it? No, I don't have a cloak. I'm clicking on. Okay, that's fine. No.
The Remans have been alerted to our presence.
Shit.
Ship is under attack.
I'm going to play that. I don't.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Well, never mind. I tried it. There's them close than I anticipated. So yeah, I have to play it. There's no way I can defeat that many ships though with the shuttlecraft, so yeah. It's a big fail for me side though. ik even kwijt. Waar zit me stil?
Obviously, this sensor.
Okay, now I'm good. Now I have to be more careful though after that big fail.
This asteroid is unusually large, and it's clearly been mined. It was probably used for raw construction materials, like most of the debris here. This particular asteroid contains pervium, titanium, and uranium. It was probably tractored from a nearby system and brought here to construct hull components and power systems. We could probably cut a piece from the asteroid with our weapons for further analysis.
Okay, continue.
Under attack.
The Remans are all over this system. Looks like the fragment has picked up a bit of residual energy from our weapon burst. It'll be radiating energy for a while. Other than that, it's just a rock.
Well, I'm not an engineering officer, so yeah. Just continue flying though to...
Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to a massive radiation surge. The engine went into emergency shutdown, but all of the couplings and injectors were burned out. The crew probably died due to instant radiation burns. It looks like the vessel was stripped for parts and left derelict.
Okay, side.
Although the vessel's engine core is a total loss, some of the backup computer systems were left intact. This vessel was used to deploy some of the tachyon detection satellites around the vault. There's a copy of the network algorithm in the computer memory. If we put the tachyon satellites along the final meridian into maintenance mode, we can create a gap in the detection grid that will let us slip through. If we can get close to the base without passing through the detection grid, we should be able to put a satellite into maintenance mode. Then that will give us a gap that will allow us to slip into the station itself undetected.
Okay.
Looks like the station is requesting a 3-signature encrypted key.
Okay. That would be interesting. Hello. Okay, change key one. It's alright. Oh wait. Oh, I had that. Yes, the final one says. Okay, transmit.
Approaching the tachyon grid perimeter. If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Remans. The satellite's in maintenance mode. We can pass through the net.
Okay, nice. Enter station.
Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs.
Continue. Sequence.
We've tripped some security systems.
Okay. Scan bulkhead doors.
The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base.
Oh, by the way, hello.
Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of a security key.
Okay. Continue. Scan turret piece first.
This defense turret was hooked into part of the security network. The security There's a security code in its subsystem. Each code block unfortunate 6750. You've missed the rotation.
Okay, let's continue to find one that works. know that there was some residents. What ship is this? This is... Commander's cake. It's just a shuttlecraft, one shuttlecraft. Dat difficulty have to cut the right spot though. Ah, fine, it's 10 containers.
Microgravity storage containers. Since this interior space has no artificial gravity, they're just left to float here. There's an assortment of construction materials and personal effects, including a personal access code key, 0668.
Let's try if that one works.
I'm reading life signs in some of these living quarters.
Finally.
Interesting.
Let me in your arm, always wat te talk. And try. That one is my goal is to find allies who will restore Roman greatness and will never forget our heritage. We need to know about other parts of the station, how to access them. Continue. I can take you with us if you wish. Continue.
The security key is on a rotation. Each code block, that's it. Well done. We should be able to bypass the system and gain access now.
Continue.
There's still power in most of the station. Some of these conduits are damaged. Keep an eye out for energy discharges.
Let's continue. Okay, let's continue further.
Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The tall char must have used this base as a storage facility and research area. Electrical discharges, probably from ionization leaking from the sphere and research nodes. We should be cautious about flying too close to them. The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked.
Okay, continue. Fly a little bit backwards. Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah, it's still a good choice. I give that guy this torpedo to the Roman ship. That's gonna have a nice oomph to it.
Quiet in this area. Too quiet.
Never mind on that, just continue.
This is disturbing. We're looking at a facility used to build Thalaron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
Okay, continue.
So our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy? Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you.
What are you doing here?
That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
I'm here to investigate unusual scanner reading from the scan.
Doubtless you have discovered the source of those readings. Understand that I have little desire to unleash this sort of destruction, but my hand is forced. The Reman people will only be liberated if we are able to make a clear and decisive stand against the Romulans. The technology of this station will allow us to do so.
Let's see. The Romulans are no longer a people united. Many of us have chosen to go our own way, and we need not to be your enemy.
Unfortunate as it may be that you are caught in this crossfire, your kin are my foes. Now you feel the weight of the sickness that has gripped the Romulan people for so long. But cutting out this cancer may kill the patient.
If you succeed, we must find a way to Alliance relations, you'll need allies.
I will deal with the future when it arrives. For me, there is no tomorrow until my people are free. However, I respect your commitment to your position. It's a shame we are at cross purposes. I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thaleron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
Continue.
Ship.
Cloak. Item to sell. Okay, let's continue.
Ship under attack.
Next. Okay. Yes,
Four shields failing.
okay, that's quite fast. That's good. Wait, nice.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Oh, now it becomes more difficult though. Now handle it quickly though.
Four shields.
At least. Now it becomes interesting. I can never fight that ship. I wonder how they get that thing in here though.
Blast the door locks.
Ship is under attack.
Let me. Yes. Okay, that's how you do it.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Containers.
Microgravity storage crates. Mostly construction supplies. No weapons or unusual energy signatures.
Now it will become interesting though. If you can do the same trick. Because that trick. Okay. Cool. Now I'm able to exit. Exit
We
station.
must stop Obisek's ship. They cannot be allowed to possess Thaleron weapons. We can use the subspace booster satellite outside the station to send a message to Starfleet as soon as we're clear of the interior. But Obisek's warship will almost certainly attack us when we do. We'll have to survive long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
Okay, exit station.
Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship.
Continue.
USS Laza is signaling us. We are now in the micronebula.
Warning,
Nice. That's been quite good. Best of all mission I've ever played, though.
That was quite an explosion. Probably from the Thaleron weapons carried aboard the ship. We're going to leave the system under high warp to draw up any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Federation space.
Continue. Depart. Okay, let's first let me change to my wheel ship though. Continue. Yeah, I know. It is. Even my main characters also signs though. Select ship. Starship. Okay, leave interior. Okay, go to station 1899. Okay, enter share system. Beam down to station. Okay. Let's go to the Admiral station. Yeah, office, I mean. Talk to this guy.
I've taken a preliminary look at your logs, and it seems that things went a bit unexpectedly. I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll be seeing the vault. The Reman commander you encountered is definitely a major player in the disintegration of the Romulan Star Empire. I'm going to send the information you gathered about him over to an old colleague of mine, Dr. Maximilian Peters, for analysis. If this Reman is a leader in their separatist movement, we'll have to deal with him again. And hopefully Dr. Peters can work up a psychological profile for him, and a sociological analysis of the separatists.
Okay, continue.
Our next step will be to decode the signal intelligence and go through any remnants left from the ship that was destroyed near the vault. Now that we know that the Remans were hoping to use Thaleron weapons, we need to figure out their target location. Right now, Starfleet knows far too little about a civil war in the making, but it'll take time to sift through all of the data. Keep in touch. Starfleet will notify you when we have a lead. Oh, and thanks for the good work.
Continue.
Excellent work. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. Sila's forces may indeed be hounding the Remans, but the use of Thaleron weapons is unacceptable.
Yeah,
Not
indeed.
even the Klingons or the Breen will stoop to such barbarism. Starfleet intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step may be to investigate these sites and find out why the Remans want to destroy them.
Okay, let me see what kind of reward I choose. Doesn't much matter, it's not that great of value, choose that one.
I have new missions for you.
Exit. Okay, let's take the next episode of Freedom. Come to do mine though. Play.
Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obasek and his forces planned an attack there. The Hefar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with latinum. Several survivors from the Star Empire have taken up residence at the mines and now work for Modron, the Ferengi who oversees the operation. The presence of one or more refugees should not cause undue suspicion, so you should be able to gather information from Modron and the workers. Once we know why Obasek and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
Accept. Okay. Skin als main, so. Yeah. Just continue now. Ah. Not now. Parts. Okay, let's go to. Okay, begin mine. Enemy. Continue, okay. Hell, move.
Romulans! Romulans! This space is becoming an intergalactic haven for beggars and refugees! Time to take out the trash!
Okay, to the next. Okay.
This moon is private property! No solicitors, beggars, or Romulans allowed!
Good. Continue. Those when you have a chance. Elmo.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface.
Continue.
Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know Romulans are fond of their entourages, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Yeah, right. Continue. Beam down. Yeah, that's fine. Accept. Ah, there's that guy.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathara. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries. And I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course, I've heard you're an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in the sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep.
Well, there are other ways to do that, though.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deal, you'll regret it.
Hello? It's Toven React or something. I have a few questions before I conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Continue. Okay, let's talk to...
I'm sorry, I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who is familiar with the techniques involved in sonar analysis of soil compositions. How good is your podology?
I just completed a continuing education program on pedology, if I speak it
I've marked some
correctly.
coordinates on your map. Please go there, scan the soil content, and report back to me.
Continue. Okay, now I have continue. Keep continuing still. Yeah. Okay, next. Getting close. Better go the other way though. Okay. Conduct. You'll have to head back though. Customs have to talk to her again. Oh.
Thank you so much for your help. This information will be incredibly useful when we're ready to tap a new vein of ore. To answer your question, I'm not sure what makes this mine special. I haven't had much chance to explore the whole thing, though. My shuttle broke down in the system 6 weeks ago. Modron was happy to pick me up, but he's holding my shuttle until I've worked off the cost of the repairs. I can't wait to get off this rock. I have seen some strange people in the lower levels of the mine. I tried to do a survey down there once, but they wouldn't let me pass. Perhaps you should look there.
Continue. I have to talk to the Mandarin guy again.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. Okay, now to enter a mine. Which is about here. The magnesite mine. Okay.
What do you want?
I would like to enter this area.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you!
I am very likable, just ask Mandarin.
Martin? That big-head money grubber doesn't know the first thing about what really happens here. All he does is collect his latinum and make the miners miserable.
Maybe you should tell me what is going on here. There's more than a mine, isn't it?
You don't belong here. I'm done talking with you. Leave now! Or suffer the consequences.
It has been a pleasure wasting my time with you, yeah. Okay. Some campsites. Continue. 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 Oh. Okay. Tower funding place you'll arrive here. There. You need a base minder. Okay. Now you can follow me again. Use hidden door. Okay. Let's continue forwards.
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There
them.
is much here you do not understand, Janik. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
But do not tweak those bones as well. Toyota. Continue. Okay, backwards. Not use that gold surface.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeeb has his way, we all will.
Okay, let's go. Good. I wait there to release those.
You again! How do you always manage to... Never mind. Obviously, the Tal Shiar have had no luck in stopping you. I have no desire to try my own fortunes. Why are you here? How did you even find out about us?
Why does the Reman resistance want its various base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Reman scum would find much more tempting.
Sorry. I need more than your words that this base is harmless, as you say.
Colonel Hakeeb will want my blood for this, but... Take my security code. You can use it to access the control room. You'll find everything you're looking for there.
Continue. Now come to release. Okay, done. Go to the next 6. Oh, I thought already. Now I have to. That to leave those on. Okay, lock door. Just continue forward. No force fields.
You again! I suppose it was inevitable. Fitting, as this is the perfect opportunity to eliminate you. Though I would like to watch you suffer personally. My plans are larger than you alone. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Yeah. Not yet, anyway. Bug. Okay. That's going a bit faster. Okay. I have to talk again to the Mandarin. Okay, talk. Mandarin.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
I didn't do anything. It was char cell. You were sheltering.
char? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop it, the lies, Mandarin. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janik and Hakeem were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakeem mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience.
Okay, could you...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat this mine as well, Mandarin, or I will be back. Continue. Turn to ship. Okay, describe tells yes in reading room, so I have to go to my ship. Okay, that's fine. What is that? Is exposed at. Yep, open. Analyze. Apply pass key. Select out. This file. Analyze. Save faults. Well, this will be a bit retrying though, but still, yeah.
The Talshar records you recovered showed that Hakib and his forces have been targeting the Remans for months. Obasek and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obasek's campaign against the Talshar is just. However, Obasek was planning on using Thalaron weapons in the Fahar system, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians as well as the Talshar cell there. This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
Okay. Let's see what to choose. One of these two. That one I choose.
I have new missions for you.
Exit. Okay. Let's get ready for next time though is freedom.
We know from the information you recovered from the Hafar system that the Tal Shiar are planning to attack a Reman settlement in the Dara system. We have an opportunity to reach the settlement first. It may be possible for you to gain the trust of the Reman saboteurs, or at the very least, to learn more of their motives and their base of operations. While Starfleet is constrained against interfering with internal matters of other galactic powers, you are not limited in this fashion. Nevertheless, I must warn you to avoid drawing the Federation any further into confrontations that may be avoidable. Starfleet Command is extending a great deal of trust to you with this mission. Please try to avoid precipitating an interstellar war with any rash or impetuous actions.
Well, we see. But that's for the next time, except... I see we continue that with tomorrow morning, but for now, Emil. For now, I'm stopping with streaming, but perhaps I will be back later with Euro Truck Simulator though, but will we see though. But for now, thanks for watching. And see you next time. Bye.